Hey, hot tubbers, and welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you 5 essential tips for beginners and taking care of your brand new hot tub. Tip number 1, you've got to keep it clean. Regular cleaning is the key to a healthy hot tub. You want to make sure that your water is balanced, but you also want to clean the outside. Use a great product like Clean and Perfect, and you can clean the bar top and the water's edge. It is totally safe for the hot tub, and it is something that you need to do. You also want to make sure that you are cleaning your filters on a regular basis. And I have a couple of products here that I highly recommend. Filter Soak from Ideal Water Care. Absolutely fantastic product. What I love about this product is it changes the water pink, and then it turns yellow when you're done, when it's all used up. And it's a really, really good product. I'll link a video up here for you to check that out. Otherwise, BioGuard's Filter Clean from SpaGuard. Absolutely fantastic product. Highly recommend that. But it is really important that you clean your filters, and you just want to take a garden hose and you're going to run it up and down that filter and make sure that that gets cleaned on a minimum of a monthly basis. I'm going to tell you to actually do it weekly, hoping that you do it monthly. I actually recommend having 2 to 3 sets of filters. And at my house, I have 1 set of filters in the hot tub, 1 set of filters soaking in the filter cleaner. And I'll leave that in there like a month or so. And then I'll have a 3rd set on the garage shelf drying and getting ready to use. And then once a month, I just rotate all 3 of those filters. Works really, really well, and I highly recommend doing that. Tip number 2, balance your water chemistry. Number 1 tip on hot tubs, and it's probably the thing that stresses hot tub owners out the most. Don't worry, it's very, very simple. You always want to start with alkalinity first. Alkalinity is the buffer for everything else. So you want your alkalinity to be between 80 and 120. Super easy to do. If it's really high, you're going to use a pH decreaser to lower that. If it's really low, you're going to use an alkalinity increaser to raise that. If it's high, it takes a little more work to get it down. If it's low, you just literally put in 1 dose of alkalinity increaser and you're good. If you would like, I have linked the pH and alkalinity dosage charts down below. These are a fantastic tool to help you actually balance the water in your particular hot tub. That link is right down below. Then you want to balance your pH. You need your pH to be at 7.6 for a couple of reasons. 1, it is the most comfortable for your body. That is really, really close to the human eye teardrop. So it's a very comfortable place for your body to be. So 7.6 is a good place for your hot tub water to be. It is also very close to neutral. So it's going to protect your hot tub, and that makes a huge difference as well. The number 3 reason is if your pH is at 7.6, that is where your sanitizer is going to be the most effective. So for example, let's say your pH is at an 8.4. If it's at an 8.4, it's going to take 3 times the amount of sanitizer to actually be effective. So if you normally use 1 teaspoon of chlorine, you now need 3 teaspoons of chlorine. So it's just really important to get that pH and alkalinity balance. Now, if you're on a saltwater hot tub, you need to worry about your hardness, and you need to keep that below 75 parts per million. If you are a chlorine or a bromine hot tub, you just want to try to keep that in line, and you want to balance that out with some stain control. And that would just be on a weekly basis, and you want to dose that. There's lots of other chemicals that I'm not even beginning to touch on. But if you do those 3 things, balance your alkalinity first, pH second, hardness third, and then your sanitizer is after that. But once you do those, it's gonna be nice and easy to do. Tip number 3, check your cover. Hot tub covers are a very important piece of the hot tub. And to be honest with you, they really do need to be replaced every 4 to 7 years. They're sitting on top of that hot, steamy water. It is bouncing up, it is hitting that styrofoam, and it is just eventually going to get waterlogged. There's some things you can do to help protect that. You can get what they call as a spa blanket. Looks like a giant sheet of bubble wrap. You can get that. That helps a little bit. I personally find for the little bit that it extends my cover, it is not worth the hassle, but it is something that some people do and they really do enjoy it. But you also want to, if you don't have a cover lifter on your hot tub, be mindful of cuts and tears. And when you take that hot tub cover on and off and you bounce it on the ground, and let's be honest, we all know that we do that. You are going to kind of beat that cover up. So kind of check that a lot for things like cuts and tears and holes in the cover. If you got a hole in your cover, you probably got about 6 months left of that cover before it's actually going to have to be replaced. But definitely you want to check your cover and make sure things are in good shape there, and just kind of make sure that you're taking care of everything as far as that goes. Tip number 4 is you want to monitor the temperature. Keep an eye on the temperature of your hot tub. I like to keep mine around 100 degrees. Most of them will go all the way to 104. UL listing doesn't really allow them to go higher than that. I am a firm believer, but I have a very well insulated hot tub that you should set it and forget it. So whatever temperature it is, that's the temperature you should leave it. But I'm a big fan of just putting it at that temperature, leaving it at that temperature. If you have a 220 hot tub, that hot tub will heat up about 4 degrees in 1 hour's time. So you could lower it a little bit, but your hot tub actually costs you the most to run when it is heating. So if you can avoid making the heater work harder than it has to, the insulation of that hot tub is going to keep it in much better shape. Now, if you have a hot tub such as an inflatable or a hot tub that's not insulated, then you probably do want to turn it down and turn it back up as you want to use it. But again, a 220 hot tub is going to heat about 4 degrees an hour. A 110 hot tub is going to heat about 1 degree an hour. And if you have to wait, 12 to 24 hours to use your hot tub, I guess what's the point? I'm a twice a day user. I use my hot tub in the morning and in the evening. So for me, I just like to set it and forget it. But it's really important to check that. And if you live in a cold climate such as I do, you always want to check your hot tub at least every 7 days, just to make sure that it is holding temperature. There are things like dirty filters, which I talked about earlier, or a low water level that can actually cause that hot tub not to heat. And that's really important, especially when you live in places like South Dakota, and that water can freeze very, very quickly, especially when you get those wind chills of 42 below. So kind of keep that in mind. Tip number 5 is just drain, clean, and refill. A chlorine hot tub should be drained and cleaned every 3 to 4 months. It's pretty important that you do that. The water just gets used up, and you're going to you'll find that you'll be using more and more water, more and more chemical. It's just costing you money, and the total dissolved solids get up there, and it's just, you want to fix that. And the easiest way to do it is to drain the hot tub. I highly recommend getting a submersible pump, one with a 2-inch hose. You can drain that hot tub in about 15 minutes. I'm not a big fan of getting down on my knees and hooking up the hose and gravity draining it. I mean, that takes a good 8 hours to do that, but it is doable without actually having to spend any extra money. So, but you do want to change every 3 to 4 months on a chlorine hot tub. If you have a saltwater hot tub, you're not adding as many chemicals as a chlorine hot tub is adding, so your total dissolved solids do not build up as quickly, and you can change that water once a year versus every 3 to 4 months. Really great feature of a saltwater hot tub. But I'll tell you, whether it's a saltwater hot tub or it's a chlorine hot tub, once you sit in fresh water after you've owned that hot tub for a while and you drain it and refill it, it is amazing. And you'll wonder, why did I wait so long to change my hot tub water? A, it's not hard at all, and B, your water just feels great and your soak is much more enjoyable. If you are going to drain your hot tub, I suggest once a year that you actually purge it. One of the products that I really, really enjoy is the Hot Tub Purge by Ideal Water Care. This product is great. It's a peroxide-based product. It has some fragrances in there, and it cleans out the lines, and it does all kinds of really good stuff. I have a whole playlist on purging your hot tub, and that'll be right up here, but there's lots of other really good products. I really enjoy Natural Chemistry Spa Purge, and there's just hundreds of purges out there on the market. But again, the hot tub scrub is one of my favorites. Again, everything I've mentioned in this video will be linked down below. Well, hot tubbers, that is 5 essential tips for taking care of your hot tub for beginners. I hope you enjoyed that. Please be sure to watch the next video right over here, and I will see you next week.